Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So what I wanted to do today was to talk about the value of outsourcing your marketing. All right. So there's several options that you have when you're starting a business, and of course there's a wide range from a micro business, small business, medium to a large corporation, right? So when you're thinking about your outsourcing opportunities, you could decide first to start a business and do nothing. That's probably not a good idea in marketing your business. You could just try to do it all yourself. You could end up hiring an employee to do your marketing. So lots of different options. And how do you decide, and of course you can outsource your marketing, right? That's an option as well. So how do you decide what the right choice is for you? And so that's what I wanted to discuss a little bit today. Let's take a look at the current marketing landscape right now as it is. So it's very interesting how rapid the changes are happening in marketing. Now, I received my degree in marketing from San Francisco State University in 1999. And at that point, there wasn't really Google. There was no iPhone. That wouldn't come out till 2007. So the marketing landscape at that time was vastly different than it is today. And so there were still some great things that I got from my education. That was mostly in the partying and the fraternity and the connections I made there, like Brother Shane, for instance. That was excellent, right? And Shane actually brought me to the networking group, so long-reaching implications there. But in terms of staying on top of the marketing, the landscape has changed dramatically. And for 22 years, I was in sales for advertising for a Yellow Pages company of all places, right? So I had a sales team for most of my career, and we were focused on the traditional print marketing. That company, I got to see it try to evolve into the digital landscape. And it didn't do very well in 2022. They decided to take off all their management team and let us have the opportunity to just be regular sales reps. And that's when I opted to say, I guess this is time for me to start my own agency and see how well I do there. So after treading water for much of 2022 and figuring out how I'm going to develop my business and start a business, I launched, as Margaret had mentioned, in January of this year. And I look back now and I think, man, I should have done this 10 years ago. Imagine where the business would be. It's been great. But there's a lot of vendors out there vying for your attention. As I have been in the marketing landscape, and early on I knew that I really, for me, to market myself, had to get out there and start just feet on the street, talking to a lot of people, join the Chamber of Commerce in Roseville, where my business is based. Got here in the networking group, and instantly, for instance, at the Roseville Chamber, the first time I spoke, there was probably 3 other marketing agencies that were small agencies talking there that day too. It's like, oh man, what do I do? Do I hate them? Do I like them? Do I talk to them? I thought, I better make friends. So I went to each one and said, hey, let's sit down and talk about what makes you successful. And actually developed some great partnerships through that too, just right off the bat, and started expanding my knowledge. So lots of vendors out there. I see that with the clients that I have right now. So many marketing channels to choose from right now too. So the landscape, again, in 1999, you had your traditionals, which was billboard, radio, television, Yellow Pages, magazine, right? It came down to a lot of that when you're doing your advertising. And nowadays, you still have those. Even the Yellow Pages is actually still out there in some capacity or another. But you have so many other things in the digital landscape that have taken our attention, because the cell phones that have come up with the iPhone in 2007, it really was a game changer. And at first, when I saw that come into play in the Yellow Page industry, everyone was like, no, this is not gonna be a game changer for us. There's no